These days, it appears that some school districts have become, at least the officials, mini meteorologists, relying on a variety of information to make that call. Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald is live in Fairfax County tonight. And Tom, we only get a handful of these real bad winter weather days. Why don't they just play it safe?
Well, you know, from what you just heard from Sue, Brian, how quickly these things change weigh very heavily into the superintendent and the school officials' decision on whether and when to close schools or to not close them. All of this makes for some very long overnight sessions and some very tense mornings.
When it comes to closing your school, making the right call can either be a hit or a miss. Oh! Early closings in Fairfax sent brothers Michael, Jimmy, and Patrick Hurd home, but why'd they have to go to begin with?
I have absolutely no idea.
Which is why we went to see the person who does have an idea.
So Marshall and Edison are up. If we need Chantilly tonight, we can't have it.
Welcome to Dean Tisdat's kitchen table. When you're still asleep, the critical snow day decision gets made here.
We always struggle with any decision that's based on a forecast.
Dean is the chief operating officer at Fairfax Schools. He says today is an example of how things can change quickly.
So when I went to bed last night, the forecast suggested today we're going to close.
It's a double-edged sword. Choose right, Dean says, and you're a hero. Choose wrong, and suddenly you're a zero.
And then people look at us and say, why would you do that? The weather's fine today.
Which is why at 3 in the morning, Dean breaks out his cell, BlackBerry, and laptop in search of information.
We talked to the National Weather Service. We talked to the Department of Transportation. We talked to our own people who are out driving around.
But ultimately, the decision is Dean's. He says some may question his call to open today. He says he's more concerned with making the right call than the popular one.
Because our worst scenario is always you take kids home, you drop them off, and then they wander a neighborhood with nobody there to watch them.
And that ice you see right there will play very large into the decision that gets made tonight. We can't tell you whether or not Fairfax schools will be open tomorrow because, frankly, that decision will not be made until about 4:30 this morning. We're live in Chantilly, Fairfax County tonight. Tom Fitzgerald, Fox 5 News.
Either way, we'll be on top of it.